हेलो फ्रेंड्स। आज की वीडियो में एक टॉपिक कवर करेंगे एरेज इन जावास्क्रिप्ट. इट्स गोना बी अ स्मॉल लेक्चर एंड वी आर गोइंग टू कवर इट वेरी वेरी क्विकली. We just need to go to some basic operations that we can perform in an array. So I'll tell you step by step, like how to create an array, how to edit an array, how to add an array element, how to delete. So these kinds of steps we are going to do practically. After that, we will quickly writing a particular program in order to sort the array in ascending order. So we'll be doing this particular program as well over here. So let's get back to our VS Code. I've already created a file. The name of the file is arraytopic.js. Okay. So now I hope we all know that in Java how we were able to create a particular array. So in Java, let's say if you are willing to create a particular array, let's say int arr equals new int, and after that we were able to do some form of initialization as well, like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? So this is a particular way that in which we were able to create an array in Java. So here we are declaring an array and we are initializing it as well, right? So this is how it was being done in Java. But over here there is also there's one way where we can declare an array. So let's say the name of my array is, let's say it is a number array, because I am going to create an array which is going to contain a list of numbers only. Okay, so let's say this is a number array, and the symbol of array we are all aware of it, like square brackets, and inside that you can give some numerical values: 10, 20, 30, 45, 98, let's say 5. So these are the values that are present onto this number array. Okay, and we can also associate it with a particular keyword, as we discussed previously. Let's say var num array. So over here onto this particular way, we are able to simply define an array. So has our array been defined? If you want, we can quickly check it, like console.log, and we can print it and we can check it whether our array got created or not, or what are the values inside our array, right? So values in the array are, okay, just allow me to run it. So once it runs, we will be able to see that the values in the array are like 10, 20, 30, 45, 98, comma 5. So whatever we declared over there, the values are coming exactly in the same way. Okay, so there are certain operations that we can perform. There are certain operations that we can perform, that we would be able to edit it as well. We can able to update as well. So we can do various things over here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that I am going to update value over here. I want to update the element present at the first index. So indexing in an array starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So I want to update an element, let's say, let's say I want a different element over here at the index 1, right? So how to do that? So there is a particular some small methods that that are present over here. How to add, how to delete, how to add an element at the start, at the end, or if you want to dynamically quickly update something, we can do that. How to do that, right? So the way we can do that is, let's say num array, and I want that now at the first index the value should be uh, let's say this. Okay, let's print the array and see what is the value now. Did it get updated or not? See, it got updated successfully, right? So we at a particular index, you are also able to update a particular value. So here I have performed the update operation, right? Now we are going to perform some addition of an array element. Okay, so let's say if you want to add an array element to the end, for that there is a method named as push. Okay, so if I want to add an array element onto the sixth location, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at sixth index, I want to enter something. So I have to make use of this particular method, then, which is the push method, right? And what element I want to insert, it can be any other element. Okay, in the same way, let's see whether this element got inserted or not. Save the file, uh, you can clear the screen by CLEAR, and now you can run. See, 10 7 8 6 30 45 98 5 comma 900, right? So this element simply got added over here. So we were able to add some new element to our existing array, right? If you want to delete the element that is inserted onto the last position, that can also be done with the help of a new method named as pop. Push is used for inserting, pop is used for removing the element, right? So over here we can simply pop out this particular element. Okay, let's see whether it works or not. See, initially what happened, this was my array. It got updated at the first index. Okay, then I was able to push something over here, and now I have popped something, right? So push and pop has been done, right? Again, quickly I'll be covering like shift, add an array element at the start. In the same way, the way we have added an element at the end and removed, in the same way we can add an element at the start as well, like number array dot shift, right? So let's say at the start I want to enter 1000. Okay, let's see whether it gets added or not at the start, or at which position it gets added. So allow me to quickly save the file. I will just clear it out, and I'll run it. Okay. Numbers array dot shift 1000. Why it did not get added? Allow me to shift, let's say, sorry. Sorry guys. So the shift method simply, remove the first element. I made a mistake. It's getting late today, sorry, but it will remove an array element. So for this I will be that if we want to remove an array element at the start, for that a shift method is required. Okay, apologies from my team. I'm really sorry for that. Okay, so allow me to reiterate everything. Let me just save the file. Let's see where we are at this point in time. So now I want to remove this number 10. Can I do that? Allow me to uh, you know uh, remove it. Let's say whether it is getting removed or not. I have saved the file. See, the first element got removed. I am able to unshift, sorry, shift, which means that I have able to remove from the first location of the array, first index of the array. Okay, so this is what your shift method basically does. And if you want to add an array element, sorry for my incorrect documentation, if you want to add an array element onto the start, then for this unshift is required. Okay, now I want to add num let's say array dot unshift, let's say 6000 I want to add, and I want to print to check whether it got added or not. Console.log num array, save the file. See, it got added. Okay, so in onto this particular way, these are various methods that we have seen over here, via which we will be making use of uh, in arrays. And while doing the playwright automation, we will be using these concepts. Okay, so we have seen how to declare an array, how to update, how to add an array element at the end, how to remove that array element at the end, how to insert an array element at the start, and how to sorry, how to remove again. I'm making mistake. How to remove the first element from an array, and how to add an element at the start of an array. Okay, so these are some basic methods that we have seen over here as of now. Now what we are going to do quickly is that we are going to sort the array in ascending order. Okay, we'll just do a basic program so that your concept becomes clear in JavaScript. Okay, so now I'm going to do a sorting program. Allow me to quickly declare an array. Let's say var r equals, let's say 20, 10, 45, 90, 1000, comma, let's say 50. Okay, so this is the particular array that I have taken at this point in time, and now my goal is to sort this particular array in ascending order, or let's say in descending order. I want to sort it into the descending order. Sort in descending order. Okay, so this program we have already done in our Java tutorials, but now what we are going to do, uh, we'll do it in JavaScript as well. Okay, it will just logic we already know. It will just help you, in brushing up, how to write something in a different language. Okay, so for that, first allow me to take, let's say, let I equals 0, and I will iterate the length of this array. I less than r dot length I plus plus. Okay, after that, I'm taking another for loop wherein I'll take j equals, let's say, I plus 1, j less than array dot length, and j plus plus. So what we are going to do over here, what the agenda is, that with the help of these two loops, what I'm going to do is that I will check if this element, you know I will compare this element with all these elements. Okay, if this is, if this is, smaller than any element, then I will put it onto over here, and the bigger element I will, transfer it to here. So I will compare 220 with 10. It is not smaller than, a 10, so it will remain in its own position. It is not smaller than 45, again it will remain its own position. It is, yes, indeed smaller than 1000, so I'll just, swap these particular positions. Okay, in the same way we are going to iterate. So for that I need a temporary variable, because I am making use of the temporary logic. So where temp, I have just taken a particular temp variable. uh, don't get confused that, a local variable, global variables in terms of Java, that they have been initialized or not initialized. We'll discuss everything later on, right? So allow me to format the code. The code got formatted, and now what I am going to do is that I'll be running the loop. Let's say if array of I, if this element which is present at index I, is less than, if it is less than uh, element that is present at the jth index, right? If 220 is less than 10, then I'm going to make a swap. Then only I'll be making the swap, right? Then in that particular case, temp is equal to arr, array of I element. In array of I element, I will be entering the value of jth element, array element which is present at the jth location, and array of j will be equal to temp, right? So I hope we are able to understand the particular logic. The temporary variable is there. uh, Let me just quickly explain it. uh, I'll just take 1 minute if those who are not able to understand. So this is my temporary variable, right? This is element at I position, and this is element at j position. Okay, this is I and this is j, and this is my temporary variable. Let's say this is 220. Okay, and this is 1000. Okay, when this condition basically meets, if a of I is less than a of j, right, then in temporary variable I'll put this value. Temporary variable will become 220. This will become, let's say, null, for example. And then a of I will be equal to a of j. This value will be pushed here. It will now become null. And then a of j I'll be putting this value, right? So I hope this basic concept, I think we all are aware of this particular concept. Okay, so now moving back to the lecture, this is being done. Okay, so now once it is being done, let's see whether our array got sorted or not into the descending order, right? So console.log, I'll be just sorting this. I'll be checking whether it got sorted or not. So run this file and let's see what happens. See, it got sorted successfully onto descending order. Okay, so onto this particular way, we can make use of the same old logic that we have already written the programs in Java, Python, and in C Sharp. We have already discussed in some of the languages, but the same logic is over here. But if you have been writing this code in Java, then error message would have been given over here. You have to initialize it to some value. Local variables need to be initialized, right? It will be give that value is not initialized, but over here the things are pretty different. Slowly I'll get to let you all know like how it is working and what is the logic behind it, right? So please pay attention to the lectures, and very soon we'll be covering some other important topics as well. So thank you for your time, and thanks a lot for your patience. Thank you.